You guys ready for the next comic? We're excited he's here. Make some noise right now for the hilarious Kyle Adams.
She's still laughing at the last joke of the it's just do it, which is to, jump off the bridge. That's a good one. I like that one. Give it up for Amir one more time, everybody. Still, give her a buffer zone. Give her a second. Okay, we're good. She's fanning herself off, Amir. You can't see it, but it's awesome. Great job. Despite my physique, I don't really fuck with DoorDash like that. Like, I'm not a fan of DoorDash. I don't like paying those prices, especially for the amount of respect they treat your food with. A DoorDash employee treats your food with the same amount of respect an ex would treat a box of stuff you left at their house. They're like, I texted you about it. I don't want to see you. It's in a bush in front of your house. It's getting rained on. It's a $45 chalupa in my case. I think that's what it is. I am a bigger person. I'm a fat person, and I just gotta say, I like some of the new slang I'm hearing for fat people, because Gen Z is so removed from logic that their slang doesn't hurt my feelings. It's great. I found out the other day I'm a big back. Anyone heard the term big back yet? White people don't know about big back just yet. I like big back. Thank you, black people. It does not hurt my feelings. A dude told me, he said you're a big back, and I was like, thanks. And then I was like strong and had prowess, and he goes, no, it means you're fat. And I was like, all right. But I will give you a secret. I'm not worried about my back being big as a fat person. It's my tits I'm worried about. Big tits, yeah. That hurts my feelings. I am a bigger person. I don't like being a bigger person because when you're a bigger person, it's tough to go to the doctor because no matter what you went in there for, your diagnosis is fat. And since I have somebody here, I gotta ask, skinny people in the audience, when you go to the doctor, do they weigh you first too? Yeah. Okay, good, because that'd be messed up if it was just fatties first. So get on the scale, show me what you did. Insurance, so you're gonna have to pay what you weigh. Oh. Yeah, you said, it's a $330 copay. That's a lot. It's gonna wipe me out. So it doesn't matter what you go in there. If you're a big person, they will let you know. You don't get to leave with any self-esteem at all. That's not how that works. I went to the doc. I was like, Doc, this is an emergency. I have a gunshot wound. I've been shot. And he's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure you're not quick enough to serpentine, my guy. I'm just gonna write down lack of cardio on the chart here. I think that's your real problem. I reached my absolute limit because I went to the eye doctor and she told me I had fat eyes. I mean, she had more tact than that. She was like, get in here with those jiggly orbs. But those eyes are tits because they're voluptuous. They're great. No, she told me I had increased pressure in my eyes, and I don't know how else to say fat eyes medically. I think that's how you do it. And I did this joke recently. There was an ophthalmologist in the audience. She approached me after the show, and she said, I just need you to know, the only reason you would have increased pressure in your eyes is because of your diet. And I was like, lady, you're not even clocked in right now, and you're calling me fat. You're calling me fat for free. You're doing this for the love of the game at this point. I do have some big ass eyes though. She said those are what we call Cash Patels on the street. That's what she said. Big eyes. Increased pressure too, which means I'm a glaucoma risk. Which means I've been smoking weed for nothing this entire time. I did not take. I smoke weed now not to get high. I smoke weed because I don't want to dream. Yeah, I'm at that level of stoner. I just don't dream anymore. It's beautiful. But every once in a while, I will take a break from smoking weed, and all of my dreams come back tenfold. It gets tough because my bad dreams and my sex dreams combine. Now, I don't know if you ever had a wet nightmare before. That's terrifying for all separate reasons. Like I'm going down on a lady, I pull her panties down, there's just a test I didn't study for. I do have some big ass eyes. I accept that. Like I was looking in the mirror the other day and I was like, I think she's right. I think there's something going on. You got some big ass eyes. I think that's why I like the Muppets so much. I love the Muppets. So I look like a Muppet, and I like representation. Like if they can succeed, if their dreams can come true. No, I love the Muppets, especially Sesame Street. I think one of the coolest things about Sesame Street is they have different versions of the characters all over the world. You go to different parts of the world, they have different versions of the characters. You go down to South America, Big Bird's a giant parrot, completely different character. And you go over to Italy, Oscar the Grouch, he's way meaner down there. His name is Garbaggio the Trash Puppet. And if you bump into his trash can, he's like, hey, I'm up to my fucking neck in meatball, Louis! Who throws away a meatball? This episode brought to you by the letter G for Gabagoo. You go over to Germany. Over to Germany. Yeah, we're going to Germany. Cookie Monster is terrifying in Germany. He just busts into a room and he's like, where are you hiding? Some cookies, they're just cookies, okay? I feel the tension building up right there. So that's just cookies, everybody's gonna be okay. You're gonna have to forgive me, I have a dark sense of humor. I found out at a young age that me and my mom both shared a dark sense of humor. And I found this out when she took me to see the movie Titanic in theaters. And if you remember the movie, there's a scene at the end where the boat sinks. Spoiler alert for Titanic, by the way. The boat sinks in the end. But before the boat sinks, there's a scene where a dude falls off the back of the boat, and on the way down, he smacks the propeller. And me and my mom were the only people who laughed out loud. We high-fived in that moment. We're like, that's fucking awesome! He went bulk! Did you see that? That was a gift from James Cameron, and you was wasted on so many of you. It really was. Oh, man. It's the holidays. I gotta talk to my mom. I gotta talk to you. We gotta talk to your parents. I'm gonna need a Ouija board to talk to her. But anyone have an experience? Yeah, like Portland's a little more enthusiastic about that. I like mentioning Ouija boards in mixed company though, because I can tell who used to be religious, because I can hear your buttholes close very quietly all around the room. People are terrified of Ouija boards. They think that if you use the Ouija board, it opens a portal to hell, and a demon will trick you. And I'm not worried about that because I got mine at Target. So if there's a demon involved, her name is Michaela. She weighs 90 pounds. I think I can take her. Easy. It's gonna be very easy. No, they're worried if you use a Ouija board, it opens a portal to hell, and a demon tricks you, pretending to be the person you're trying to reach, and it makes its way onto Earth. And my biggest worry would be that I'd be trying to reach out to my mom, and I would know it was a demon right off the bat, because it was being way nicer to me. I also couldn't use the Ouija board because I've had too many older people in my life pass away. So using a Ouija board would be like going into a Zoom meeting with a bunch of boomers. It's like, am I on? Why am I having a seance with your forehead, Grandma? What is happening? Yeah, you guys are cool. I think if we're not going to lower grocery prices, if we're just going to keep them the way they are, which is every time I go to the grocery store, it's more expensive. I know it's a sore subject. We all feel it. You see how quiet it got in here. It's a sore subject. The grocery store sucks. I think if we're not going to do anything about it, we should at least, outside of every grocery store, place a dummy of Donald Trump that we can kick in the fucking nuts as we leave. And it can be like a carnival game. Like, step on up and test your strength. Like you kick him in the balls as hard as you can, and if you win, EBT shoots out of his ass. And he's like, fake shoes or whatever, you know? Denies it. I will say this, him being back in the White House, I've been exploring a new kink, and I suggest you guys try this too. It's not anything weird like diapers. It's not like diapers or anything. It's nothing. It's like you guys can join in, and this is a fun one. Just get yourself a copy of the movie Independence Day, and put on a loop the scene where they blow up the White House. You will never come harder in your life. I also like to pretend that he's like stuck underneath his desk, like somebody's stepsister in a porno, right? You just fan yourself off afterwards, like, aliens, how did you know exactly what I wanted? I don't know. I didn't like either presidency in the past, the last two. I didn't like Joe Biden much. I didn't like Trump. I think that's kind of the unanimous for the country, but they really did remind me of my my grandfathers on both sides. Because Trump reminded me of my grandfather on my mom's side because he was a racist piece of shit that people ignored and he did terrible things and hurt a lot of people. And then Joe Biden reminds me of my dad's father because he died 6 years before I was born. He was never there. My grandfather on my mom's side was a terrible dude. He was a racist, he was a homophobe, he was a sexist. Or old-fashioned, as he called it. I think that's how he. He's dead, and I'm glad because that's a dead bigot. But I wish he would have lived a little bit longer so he could have met some of my non-binary friends. He would have died that way trying to figure that out. He would have just stroked out. He would have been like, "They're doing what?" Which is ironic because the last thing he ever did on this earth is get their pronouns right on the first try. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much.